tonight from PNC Park in Pittsburgh. The Buccos are back home. They begin a 10-game homestand, and the first of 3 against the St. Louis Cardinals, hoping the rain will stay away. The forecast's not great, but we're hoping to get started on time and without interruption. Greg Brown along with Steve Blass. The Pirates happy to be back home. And Steve, a guy that's not been real happy in the lineup, Pedro Alvarez, he has struggled mightily since coming back up. And this is the first time since his recall that he's not been in the starting lineup against a right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, and Clint Hurdle continues to search for a winning lineup combination. And let's be honest, the Pirates' power is non-existent. So he's going with a lineup tonight that features a lot of speed. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pirates try to press the running game a little bit.
Josh Harrison will start at third base tonight. No problem for Tony La Russa. He knows who's going to be in the middle of that lineup, his 3 big boppers. And, of course, it always starts with this guy.
Carly Simon said it best. Nobody does it better against the Pirates in Pittsburgh than Albert Pujols. Monster numbers here in this ballpark. Monster numbers overall for Albert.
Last night, Steve, he hit his National League leading 29th home run. Keep in mind, he missed some time with a broken wrist. He's just absolutely incredible. I don't know how many superlatives we can use for this guy, but Pirate fans have been watching him do a number on their Buccos for a long, long time. And the Rockies at St. Louis were beaten by Albert Pujols and the Cardinals last night.
He even heals faster than anybody.
That's the truth. Albert Pujols, of course, in the starting lineup and on the mound against Pujols and the Cardinals, James McDonald.
Yeah, and Westbrook starting for the Cardinals. All you need to know about him, he throws a lot of ground balls. He'll get a lot of double plays. James McDonald, difficult numbers the last 3 starts, but pitching exceptionally well in this ballpark this year.
Hoping for better things here at home as the Pirates get ready to take on the Redbirds. Your turn to root is coming up next. And Tony La Russa shake hands just a few moments ago, and Jerry Meals gets a handshake. He is umpiring tonight at first base, which means he'll be behind home plate tomorrow. And when Tim DeBacco, the public address announcer, went over the starting lineups and the umpiring crew, We can tell you that Jerry Meals heard it from the fans. He won't soon forget that moment in Atlanta. Underway here in Pittsburgh, and it's 2-0 on Skip Schumacher. Schumacher starting in center field tonight. 72 degrees at game time, and now James McDonald falls behind 3-0.
Well, you don't have to worry about the Redbirds running too much. They don't have to. In case he does lose him, but he's back into the count, 3-1. James making start number 24. He's 7-6 with a 4.24 ERA. Third career start against St. Louis.
Schumacher aboard. Let's take a look at the rest of the lineup for La Russa's Cardinals. Rafael Furcal recently acquired. Comes to the plate. Then it's Pujols, Matt Holliday, and Lance Berkman. Those are the three big poppers. David Freese having a solid year at third base. Yadier Molina hitting nearly 300. Ryan Theriot plays second, and Jake Westbrook on the mound.
James McDonald has given up 20 home runs. That's not a good sign for a team that is as free swinging as the St. Louis Cardinals are.
And ball one. On for call. This is his 15th game in a Cardinals uniform. Switch hitter batting from the left side. They like the upgrade defensively from this veteran shortstop. Acquired just before the deadline on the 31st as the throw goes over to first base.
And James McDonald really has to get it together. The last three starts, a total of 18 innings, 12 earned runs. That's not the ratio you want. Those numbers don't translate into wins. 0-2 in those last three.
Combination of McDonald and PNC Park, however.
Much better.
Yeah, 7-2 here in his home yard in his career. 3-1 this season, a 3.08 ERA for McDonald at PNC Park.
11 starts here, but only 4 decisions. Need to go deeper.
And misses with a fastball, 2-1. The fastball has a lot of life, but right now, tough command for McDonald. Ray Searage looking on.
Ray.
2-1 count on for call. And that evens the count. Cardinals played a nationally televised game last night. A long, wild first inning against the Colorado Rockies. The Rockies took a quick 2-0 lead, but then the Cardinals scored 4 in the bottom of the first. They went on to win it 6-2. Count remains 2-2 on for call.
We get back to James McDonald. 11 starts here, just 4 decisions. And when your ERA is that good, 3.08, you should have at least more decisions and more wins. So got to get James deeper into ball games everywhere, including PNC Park.
Breaking ball misses, and now it's 3-2. And state the obvious, you don't want to give the guys in front of that man.
Guess who?
Free opportunities. He's already walked 1.
He's back. Albert's back. He was just here less than a month ago.
Seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
The Pirate pitchers, yes.
And the runner goes, and that's the way you like it. A double play. So all of a sudden you go from Steve an opportunity for a 3-run bomb if he hits one to nobody on, and that's because they had the man in motion.
Yep. Schumacher on the move, so Ronnie Cedeno coming over to possibly cover second base. Right there, chest high. Double play does not get any easier than that. 6-3, the runner, the batter not even in the picture by the time the ball gets back to first base. Hi, Albert.
Welcome back to Pittsburgh, his favorite spot outside of St. Louis. Our day key matchup of the day. Albert Pujols, career games versus Pittsburgh, 46 home runs, 1 for 3 against McDonald. And of course, no one has hit more home runs as a visitor in this yard than Albert Pujols.
That's surprising. I thought the matchup might be McDonald against Furcal.
Nice
slider
there, 1 and 2.
Little cutter. Strike zone presented by Range Resources. Out in the outer part of the plate, slider.
Bounced foul on the fastball to Pujols. The Cardinals were in town just before the Pirates took off on that road trip against Atlanta and Philadelphia. And J-Mac strikes out Albert Pujols. Well, didn't start off so good, but a nice finish.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. Let's go Bucks.
Back at PNC Park, heading to the bottom half of the first inning. Game 1 of 3 against the St. Louis Cardinals. Lineup brought to you by Toyota moving forward. Xavier Paul, Josh Harrison, Andrew McCutchen, 1, 2, 3. Then Ryan Ludwig hits cleanup. Neil Walker bats 5th. Garrett Jones at first. Ryan Domit, Ronnie Cedeno, and James McDonald, the starting 9. And we'll tell you that changed about 15 minutes ago. Josh Harrison was down in the lineup to the 7th spot. And Steve, I think this goes along with what you were saying at the very top, that Clint Hurdle, even though it's a last-minute decision, and it's odd that you would change at the last minute, but figuring
at the top.
Put the speed at the very top, those top 3. Paul, it's a fly ball to left center field. Schumacher back off the top of the wall and gone. Holy bomb for Xavier Paul. One pitch into the ball game, and the Bucks lead 1-0.
Hello, and nothing cheap about it. Bouncing off the top of the wall by the Cardinals bullpen. I was just getting ready to introduce Jake Westbrook as Mr. Ground Ball, and he gives up the bomb. Welcome home, Pirates. Good to have you back.
Xavier Paul.
Look at the carry on this ball. It just wouldn't quit carrying.
I'll tell you, if you saw the game in Milwaukee yesterday, you saw Xavier Paul hit a couple of drives to the warning track in dead center and in right center, just missing. And he hit that triple to lead off the 9th inning on Saturday over Niger Morgan's head. So Xavier Paul showing some pop, his 2nd home run.
Tall Paul. Well, a little shocker.
Ouch.
There's a little pain.
3rd leadoff homer of the season for the team. First career leadoff homer for Xavier Paul, the former Dodger.
It looked like when it left the bat from that angle that it might be caught on the warning track or a step in front. Watch Westbrook. He knows it had a lot of carry.
Yeah.
He knows that he's in trouble.
Westbrook did not turn at all. It's the 13th home run he's allowed.
And this is Mr. Ground Ball. I mean, year after year, leads the major league or near the top of major league pitchers with ground balls thrown.
Another look from the splash cam. Follow the flight and where it hits, the very top and over.
That Christmas Carol, now to the top of the wall, to the top of the wall, now dash away,
Dash away, walk away all. And another shot, this time from our AGH cam, slow motion view. Look at that.
Almost like that padded area right there was angled a little bit to help it continue.
Yeah, that is no cheapie. That's toward the 410 notch from a left-hand hitter. And now Harrison, who fell behind quickly 0-2, has worked it to 3-2.
Third career start for Westbrook against the Pirates. 0-2. First two trips out, ball fouled away. 9-6 overall. 25th start for this native of Athens, Georgia. 6'3", 215 pounds. Way back in '96. Went in the first round of the Colorado Rockies. And then Montreal a bit, Yankees a bit, and Cleveland for a lot.
David Freese on to first. First out. Josh Harrison perhaps still hurting a bit from that foul ball. McCutchen now. Andrew McCutchen paying $271 for the season. I think he and Neil Walker probably as happy as anybody to be back home, especially away from Milwaukee. Walker was hitless in that series. McCutchen had a couple of hits in this series, but he, like a bunch of the Pirates, have struggled certainly against the Brewers. He has done good work this season against Cardinals pitching, batting .364 versus the Redbirds. And these two really struggled on that road trip. In is Terrio to retire McCutchen.
There's the ground balls. Well, I guess the family trip didn't bring the Pirates any good luck.
No.
To San Francisco and Milwaukee.
Well, they won 2 of 3 in San Francisco, but obviously swept in Milwaukee. Here, the former Cardinal Ryan Ludwig.
And to be quite honest, pitched well enough to go 2-3 or 2-1 against the Brewers. The pitching was that good in the second and third game. Just no offense.
I guess
no way to get around it.
You always look when things are going bad for some positive signs, and the fact that the pitching seems to, after taking a pretty significant hit for a couple of weeks, the offense struggling, but recently the pitching has done much better. The starters have been charged with 10 earned runs over the last 40 innings of work, an ERA under 2.30 after going through that stretch of games, 10 games, where the ERA was 8.38.
Well, the Pirate batters are going to have to be somewhat disciplined with a sinker because you chase it down, you hit the top of the ball. You just got to have that instinct or that feel when that sinking fastball from Westbrook is going to be too low and let it go and force him to come up a little bit higher. That's the whole key, knowing how low the sinker is and whether you can do anything with it at that height. Certainly doesn't waste much time, does he?
Grounded to second. A leadoff home run for Xavier Paul. His second Pirate dinger. And after 1-0.
inning with the Pirates holding a 1-0 lead, and I had a feeling that Monday would be a good night for the Pirates. In fact, they have 10 wins on Monday this season. Only the Cleveland Indians have more with 11, and their pitching has a league-best ERA of 2.54. The Buccos have allowed just 5 home runs on the first day of the work week. The Cardinals had allowed 6. Oh, I'm sorry. You can now make that 7. Monday's a good day, guys. Back up to you.
Well done, Dan.
So far, so good, huh? Glad to be playing back home and on a Monday.
And the sun coming out.
Even better news.
This early evening after kind of a gray, dreary day. Maybe that home run chase the clouds away.
Matt Holliday, 1-2 count.
Well, James, we know he's got a good live arm, good fastball, but when he finds the curveball and the changeup, and/or the changeup, that gives him a real good balance with the fastball. So you look for the breaking ball, the changeup, as early in the game as he can find it.
And that's rocketed to left center on a 1-2 pitch. Holliday heads to second on a stand-up double.
Strike zone presented by Range Resources, and that's right in the wheelhouse. Kind of inside part of the plate, gets the body out of the way, still has decent extension of the bat, just rips it into left center field. He does that a lot coming into the game, hitting .311 with 63 ribbies.
300th career double. He's 2 homers shy of 200 for his career.
He's just flat out a good hitter. So is this guy.
Berkman having some kind of bounce back season. 28 homers, tied for second most in the league. 76 RBIs, 7th most.
295. He can shut it down right now and probably be the comeback player of the year.
You'd think so. Nice homestand just completed. 6 out of 17. 9-game hitting streak going. Cardinals play good baseball all the way around, but on the road they're 33-29. Barrel Automotive League leaders in terms of rankings on the road. Barrel Automotive definitely worth the click. They're up there in runs, average, on base, slugging, tops in the National League.
I think they're one concern where they like to be better, more consistent starting pitching. They're certainly going to score enough runs.
They acquired Edwin Jackson at the trade deadline. Jackson, after a rough first inning, ended up roughing it out and getting the victory last night over Colorado. They certainly improved their bullpen dramatically at the deadline, picking up Mark Shipsinski and Octavio Dotel. Nice work there from McDonald. Berkman knew it.
Yep. Went away from the fastball, locked him up. Lance couldn't pull the trigger. It's the first out. There's the downer hook that we've talked about so often. When he finds it, and when he finds it early, he can be a handful.
Holliday still at second with one away for David Freese. Just missing ball one.
It's still a nice contrast. 93 miles an hour and then the slow hook that he got Berkman with. That's a nice speed differential.
Breaking ball.
That was kind of a slur, kind of a combination curveball and slider. I didn't see little side-to-side movement like you see with a slider, but I didn't see the real downer effect that we saw against Lance Berkman. So kind of a tweener.
Got him to chase that one.
Slider downstairs.
Free swinging at the pitch in the dirt.
Chase it. Every pitcher's dream is to get somebody to chase that kind of pitch. Now he's showing him some off speed. Will he come back with heat or stay soft?
Breaking ball missed.
Yep, got out in front of himself with that breaking ball. When the body gets out in front of the arm, it's hard for the arm to catch up and propel that ball downward, get that downward play, and it takes it down into the strike zone, if not lower. Every pitcher's nightmare to get the body out in front of the arm too much.
Oh, 95.
Nicely set up by all that soft stuff, and comes back at 95. That's pretty slick. Backyard heat for you.
AGH cam look.
Tells you how late the swing was.
Third strikeout for James McDonald.
Do it again against this Pirate killer. I don't know what his numbers are, but it just seems like he always hurts the Pirates.
Molina hitting .296 for the season. Another solid year for this Gold Glove catcher.
Doesn't strike out very much. 36 strikeouts, somewhat right around 350 at bats. That's contact. Solid, consistent contact.
He's a .332 career hitter against Pirates pitching.
That's all?
Yeah. Oh, it seems like .552. Or fouled out of play.
Mr. Molina took a little time off recently, didn't he? Got
Suspension.
A little vacation.
I don't know if he served it yet, did he? No, he appealed it. He did serve it. Okay. He's a career .268 hitter, so the fact that he's batting almost .300 this season, he's have a fine offensive year, and again the career batting average against Pittsburgh of .332. Another guy that likes playing here at PNC Park. His career batting average in this yard is .351. But Pirates had him played perfectly. Walker had to dive to his left. He was pulled at that ball off the bat. He has some problems with the sky. He's pointing towards something up there, but the Bucks get out of it. Up toward, looks like maybe toward the second deck. But, you know, sometimes we've heard players tell us, Steve, whether it's the sun peeking through there, who knows?
Yeah, could be. Yeah,
but there's no doubt he couldn't pick it up initially.
And it didn't look like it had all that much English on it. So you pick it up, have trouble off a white shirt. I mean, number of ways you can get some problems seeing a baseball off the bat.
I think Jeff Mitchell, our director, might have picked up on it. That looks like that could have been it. Watch now again.
Good save.
Yeah. Roller up first.
Needed to hit the bag and jump all over the place. Now the thing is with Jake Westbrook, like any sinker ball pitcher, you're going to get ground balls. On a given night, how lucky you get. How many of them find a hole? I mean, it's no law against all these balls that are hit on the ground to get through. We saw that in the game the Pirates played against the Mets. The Mets had 57 of them that got through. So you just got to get lucky. You know, you can't direct where the ball is going to go off the bat, or you do it all the time. You hit 1,000.
I've heard Steve say, people say that the way to approach a sinker baller is to think about hitting the ball the other way. That's not going to guarantee a non-ground ball, obviously,
or a ground ball that doesn't find a hole.
Right.
I heard a lot. Just try to hit the ball back through the middle. But the bottom line, just try to find a hole, because you're going to hit a lot of ground balls, and there's 4 guys there. There's a lot of open space, so you can hit a lot of ground balls, get a lot of hits.
Well, since the home run, which was hit up the middle or the other way,
yeah.
Harrison pulled the ball. McCutchen went the other way. Ludwig went the other way. Walker pulled the ball. Westbrook thought that should have been a strike.
Every pitcher does. Well, what you see here with Westbrook, his sinker is going down and away from Garrett Jones, so it makes sense for him to go the other way, not try to turn that ball back around. Now, a right-hand batter, that sinking fastball is coming into him, so it makes more sense if you're going to try to pull the ball, have a right-hand batter try to pull it, because the ball is coming in toward him.
Opposition hitting .280 on the year against Westbrook. And we'll give you the splits, the lefty-righty combo. This ball bounced to second.
It almost took off on Ryan Terrio.
4-3 on the putout. Lefties hitting .238 against Westbrook. Right-handers .316.
Perhaps because that sinker is coming in toward them. It's not moving away. A sinker ball pitcher just doesn't throw a pitch that goes straight down. It goes one way or the other. A right-hander, that sinker ball is going to go toward third base. It's going to go in that direction. A lefty, his sinker, like a Paul Maham's, is going to go toward first base. That's the way the sinkers move. Not just straight down, but down and away.
A ball and a strike on Domit. Batting left-handed, recently back off the disabled list. And 1-2. 7 games since his return, 5 starts. He's hitting .316. It remains 1-2. Michael McHenry, despite Domit's return, has started the bulk of the games. And no one was more upset, obviously, about the loss yesterday than that man, Michael McHenry. Allowing that ball get past him on the strikeout, enabling that 8th inning to continue, and Ryan Braun then singled off Hanrahan, tying run scored, and they scored the winning run in the 10th off Chris Resaw. Talking to hitting coach Greg Ritchie. Domit lays off. 2-2 count. Jose Tabata should be coming back any day. He is here, but not on the active roster yet. As the Pirates get some players back off the DL. Alex Presley not too far away, we understand. Chase Darno shouldn't be too long before he can return. And a bouncing ball through the right side. That's what you're talking about, Steve. Find the holes.
Yeah.
Ryan Terrio, the second baseman, not able to flag that Domit bouncer. And the AGH sports medicine injury update. Jose Tabata has been on the disabled list since the end of June. 9 rehab games with Indianapolis, 333. He could be activated this week. You would think, if all goes well, maybe even tomorrow. And we saw him today. We figured it would be today. But apparently just having the medical staff look at him before they clear him. Our injury update, thanks to our friends at Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine, official medical provider of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ball to strike on Cedeno. Modest 5-game hitting streak going for him. Maybe not Pujols or Molina-like numbers, but still pretty solid career .308 average against Cardinals pitching.
Well, where's Pujols' number?
Yeah.
It's a start.
Yep. Two and two on Cedeno. McDonald on deck. A home run by Xavier Paul to lead off the bottom of the first, giving the Pirates the early lead. It remains 2 and 2. Pirates took 2 of 3 from the Cardinals the opening week of the season in St. Louis. And then the Cardinals, as we mentioned, were here last homestand. They won the first 2 games. The Pirates won the finale. Another foul ball.
I think Ronnie has taken up the mantle of Freddie Sanchez with foul balls hit the opposite way. Freddie used to just send dozens over that way.
Well, in this day and age, that's something that's quite valuable. Those players that can waste pitches and get that pitch count up.
Yep.
Now, what, 8 pitches? Managers love that early in a ball game to see a hitter extend an at bat and get that pitch count up. Another foul ball. Still 3 and 2 on Cedeno. Clint Hurdle said, Steve, Milwaukee, it's not haunted. It's a matter of executing. The Pirates didn't do that.
Exactly. You take away that ridiculous excuse that it's haunted or there's a curse or home field advantage.
Ball hit well the other way by Cedeno. This ball's going to reach the wall. And they're going to wade the runner home. Here's the throw to the plate, and he is going to be out. As Domit was thrown out rather easily, but you can understand them taking the chance with James McDonald, the next man up.
It was a very long second throw also.
Cedeno gets the ball off the wall. So we go to the third inning, but the Cardinals able to execute the cutoff properly. Ball hit off the wall, and able to get Doman.
Well, the thing is, the bounce is perfect to Lance Berkman. Watch the bounce off the wall, right there, perfect. And then you send him. There's a long relay throw, 2 bounces. Well, they did everything right. And you're right. You made a good point. You got the pitcher coming up, take a shot, because they had to do everything right to make the play, and they did.
Yeah, you've got to send them. Wouldn't it have been ironic, though, Steve, if Jerry Meals were at the plate just now for that call?
Oh. Indeed. Ryan trying to get around the ball, almost gets out of the glove of Molina.
That's Dale Scott, the home plate umpire.
Great camera work there. Boy,
actually, Doman made it closer than it really should have been.
Because Molina's tagging him way up on the body, and the hand is way out extended. I mean, we got a chance to get that call.
Yeah.
But the bounce was right, the relay was right, the tag was borderline.
Yadier Molina. Stereo takes a pitch inside, 2-1. To center. McCutchen got just a bit of a late break. So Terrio will take it.
And Jake Westbrook will try to move him over to second base. With a little flare to center field.
See the late break. Westbrook has 5 sacrifice bunts this season. Long look down there at Jose Oquendo.
What could he be looking for?
Normally I'd say absolutely a bunt, but you never know with Tony La Russa. And the runner goes. This is something we have seen from some other clubs this season. The Pirates did it a couple of times, and Clint Hurdle admitted it was a missed sign. But again, with Tony La Russa, even though it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, sending a runner and bunting, he's got his reasons.
Dave McKay,
longtime first base coach. Pirates try to find out if Westbrook still intends to bunt. So Terrio was on the move despite a bunt try. And now what? Whoa.
That will get your attention.
We'll get somebody else's attention in that dugout.
You know, that ball is not all that close to him. Look at it from the back of the pitcher. I mean, it's up there, and it's accented by the fact you're thinking about bunting and you're thinking about squaring around. This is going to be not a real good swing, I would guess, after that little buzz job.
Pop up, and it's going to settle in fair territory, and the bunt works.
Gets it done. That's a pretty good job by Jake Westbrook after that little high neck or in business. Little pop up, but it drops on the grass. Spin won't take effect there. It's on the dirt, it would.
Ontario in scoring position for Skip Schumacher.
Pretty interesting combination. Doesn't Schumacher also play a lot of second base? Second base, center field. I mean, that's.
Well, he's made a pretty interesting transition, hasn't he? Not just a corner outfield, but to center.
Yeah, I mean, that's two critical positions that have a lot going on, a lot of individual responsibilities geared to each place.
Hits this ball the other way to Ludwig.
So once again, James McDonald with a chance to leave a runner in scoring position. Did a great job in the second inning. Leadoff double, strikeout, ground ball. Give up a leadoff double, and then they don't get the ball to the infield. That's good stuff.
Follow the Pirates with the MLB.com At Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text At Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Need to get for call with Pujols on deck. For call lined into a double play with Schumacher on the move in the first.
Well, you struck out Albert in the first inning. Wouldn't you walk for call intentionally to get to the guy you just struck out?
No.
All right.
Good thought, though. All right. Toward right center field, and this is trouble. Per call will get himself an RBI double and ties the game at 1. He's hit the ball hard twice off McDonald.
No doubt about that one. That found the gap the minute it left the bat. Goes down, gets under that pitch, gives it some lift into right center field.
Call's 18th RBI of the season, his 6th as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. Spent a lot of the time on the disabled list this year. Ties the game at 1, and now it is Pujols.
First at bat. Went soft with him downstairs. Good location. Pulled the string a little bit. Nice job.
Good look from the Range Resources strike zone at the strikeout of Pujols in the first. In on him and bounced foul 1-1.
You take a look at Albert taking the stance here. You don't know where his forearm ends and the big part of the arm starts. It's just all big. I don't see any elbow. I just see a lot of strength.
Cedeno on to first. McDonald gives up the RBI double to for call, and the game is tied at 1. James McDonald leads off for the Pirates against Jake Westbrook. Bottom of the third. Those 3 RBIs came with 1 swing of the bat last homestand. Bases loaded, bases clearing double.
Not quite like Mr. McHenry's bolt of lightning, but not too far away from it.
First 3 RBIs for McDonald in his career. And Westbrook falls behind him 3-1. Full count.
Good cut. James gets his money's worth when he's up there. He's cashed in 4 times, 4 hits.
David Freese will handle this ground ball. Pucko fans, we want to hear your questions about the game. Text the keyword booth, followed by your question and your name to 412-412. We'll ask your question to Steve a bit later on in the game. Remember, message and data rates may apply. Xavier Paul to the plate. The home run leading off the bottom of the first. Two and 0. Second home run as a Bucko. It's the 31st home run hit here by the Pirates at PNC Park. They've hit 46 on the road. Obviously a team that does not have a lot of pop. 3-1.
Gotta get a little theme song for the home runs here that are well hit. Supertramp, take the long way home.
There it is, 31 long ways home. Up the middle, diving stop. What a stop there by Paul, but the speedy Xavier Paul will beat it out. And another fortunate roll past Pujols, and that it doesn't go out of play.
Had it beat anyway, then the ball trickles away. Great stop by the shortstop. He was there.
See that ball roll past Pujols. It stayed in play.
Yeah, when you're going good, this ball just trickles into the dugout. Or into the camera well.
But we'll see if the Pirates don't test or push the running game.
Well, they're stacking the top of the speed. Very minimal lead.
Opponents have swiped 10 bases this season against Westbrook in 13 attempts, while Molina has thrown out 27% trying to steal against his pitchers, and now time is called. There you see how that lineup looks with the speed of Paul, Harrison, and McCutchen. The 3 fastest runners on the team at the top. Initially, Harrison was in the 7 hole up until about 15 minutes before first pitch.
Well, there's no secrets here. You know, the Cardinals are very much aware of what the Pirates been doing lately with very minimal power. So Tony La Russa sees that lineup switch, putting the speed up there. It's up there for a reason. So they're thinking that Xavier Paul might take off. No secrets anymore. Too much video, too much advanced scouting.
And headed up the middle, a base hit
Through the wicket.
For Josh Harrison.
Like it went right through the legs of Jake Westbrook.
One of the reasons the Pirates were, well, there are a bunch of reasons. It all started with the pitching, of course. They went through that great stretch of ball games in July where they pushed into first place. It was because, in addition to the starting pitching, the young talent that came up, the likes of Harrison and Darno and Presley. So as Neil Huntington pointed out on his radio show yesterday when we asked him about the lack of power, not just here on the big club, but really the top levels of the organization, there are other ways to win ball games, and the Pirates proved that earlier this season. They were really forcing opponents into making mistakes. They were running all over the place.
Boy, and you have got some serious speed on the base paths right now. You get a double, it can get you too quick.
A lot of fun to watch a gap shot here. 1-1. Mahalam, Correa, Karstens, 3/5 of the rotation right there. Foul ball.
Jake Westbrook will not strike many people out. He's worked 139, just about 140 innings, 74 strikeouts. So, and that goes hand in hand with being a sinker ball pitcher. He puts the ball in play, not afraid of the bat. But you won't get as many swings and misses. So sometimes that will lend itself to hit and run, put the ball in place, send the runner, because you know contact is going to be made most of the time. Not suggesting it right here, but scenarios will lend itself to that.
Westbrook had back-to-back 15-win seasons with the Cleveland Indians. 2005, 2006, originally a first-round pick of the Colorado Rockies back in 1996, and dealt to the Expos the following year in the Mike Lansing trade. Also dealt to the Yankees. It was back in December of 1999, along with Ted Lilly for Hideki Irabu, the tragic death discovered just a few weeks ago. Hideki Irabu took his own life in California just a couple of weeks ago.
So he had that run in Cleveland in the middle part of the decade. Also 14 wins in 04, so he had a nice little trifecta working. That'll get you a large contract.
Another foul tapped.
That's hitting right on top of the baseball. And that happens a lot with the sinker ball pitchers.
The Indians acquired Jake Westbrook in the David Justice trade. Deadline deal in 2000.
Holly Berry was not included in that deal.
Look at that chart. Another one. Continuing to hit the top half of the baseball.
I said Westbrook 0-2 against the Bucks. He's won 82 major league games and he's lost 81 major league games.
Jake Westbrook was acquired last summer by the Cardinals, part of a 3-team deal that included Ryan Ludwig going to the Padres. Remains 1-2. Look at that
cluster.
Everything right there.
Back
downstairs. Another foul ball.
Is there room for another circle in that?
I don't think so. Hot zone there for McCutcheon.
Right down the middle.
Yeah.
That's warm for a lot of people.
And Westbrook finally gets him.
Talking about not too many strikeouts. He couldn't have picked a better spot to get one, his first one. Just came over that. That's just a sinker, but it's a lot of speed off it, too. He's just kind of releasing the hand over the baseball when he turns it loose.
Look from the AGH cam at the strikeout for McCutchen. 0 for 2 tonight. Now it's Ryan Ludwig. McCutchen an opportunity to pick up his 69th, perhaps RBI of the year. Ludwig has driven in 69. And this ball is going to trickle foul.
Traditionally, sinker ball pitchers, the deeper they go into the ball game, the more sink they have in the ball, because they have a tendency to get a little bit arm weary. Not that's an exaggeration, but the more tired you get with your arm, the slower the ball goes. And for a sinker ball pitcher, the slower the ball goes, the more it sinks. I'm not suggesting he's exhausted here in the third inning.
Oh, 0-1 the count. Ludwig has 5 RBIs with the Bucks. Pops this ball up toward the seats. 0-2 on the former Cardinal.
That's the old style scorebook where you can track just about everything. Those little boxes.
You don't have a card like that anymore, huh, Steve?
Never did.
Oh.
My first one was a yellow legal tablet with a ruler and a pencil.
Westbrook gets out of it after back-to-back singles with 1 away. He strikes out McCutchen and Ludwig, and the game remains tied at 1 through 3.
And Matt Holliday will lead things off for the Redbirds, and he does not have to look too far to find some roots, some family roots here in Western Pennsylvania. His dad, Tom Holliday, was an outstanding high school football player at Uniontown High School back in the late 60s, early 70s. Now, they didn't have a baseball team back then, so he had to play baseball at the American Legion level and then picked it up in college. He was good enough, guys, to be drafted by the Pirates in 1975, played 1 season for Niagara Falls in 1975. He's currently a baseball coach at NC State. And I understand still a Pirate fan at heart.
Yeah, he's had some great success over the years, too, as a baseball coach. Thanks for that, Dan. neat to see the ties Holiday has to this area, his family. Matt Holliday, of course, who came into pro ball as a member of the Colorado Rockies. An outstanding player there for Clint Hurdle. Won the batting title in 2007. Led the league with 137 runs batted in. Practically carrying the Rockies into the World Series, and that is a fair ball. Kicks off the fence, and Matt Holliday, for the second straight time, leads off an inning with a double.
I'm going to slow it down for you. Looking down the left field line. See Dan Iasonia getting out of the way after the call. It's a great look, that camera shot down the left field line. Just over a corner of third base, and that's all it has to pick up. After that, it's details. It's a fair ball.
Well, somehow, some way, McDonald was able to work his way out of that second inning trouble spot.
Oh, impressively, too. Strikeout, strikeout, ground ball.
So Holliday didn't move from second. McDonald has, once again, his work cut out for him here. A 1-ball, 1-strike count on Lance Berkman.
Locked him up with a slow curveball to get that first out after the Holiday double back in the second.
Two and one.
Ryan Doumit trying to buy the call. Just kind of skidding outside the strike zone. Skidder. Nicely placed fastball right in and around the outside corner. Well done. Couldn't place it any better. He's got him in another 2-strike situation. Would he go back to the hook that got him in the second? Stay tuned. Or he try to bust him inside. Stay with the fastball. Almost get the idea that Berkman's leaning out there a little bit to try to protect against that fastball on the outside part of the plate.
Two count.
Ryan Doumit's positioning will tell you pretty much what type of pitch you're going to get. Got the hook. Tried the hook inside, and Berkman wasn't biting. That's pretty good discipline by Berkman. Working him outside, fastball, 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 and then comes with a hook just off the inside corner. Maybe Lance thinking, hey, if I swing at it, I can't do much with it anyway. Took it, hoping he's going to get the call. He got the call.
Yeah, that ball could have gotten a lot of the plate, and I don't think Berkman would have been swinging. And now he's hit by the pitch. Wouldn't have mattered. 3-2 was well out of the zone anyway. So now it's first and second. And David Freese to the plate. Tonight's trivia question brought to you by AT&T Mobility. Since 1900, 3 players have led the Pirates in doubles, triples, homers, and stolen bases in a season. Can you name them?
Well, one is Bonds, of course.
McCutchen trying to become the 4th player since 1900 to do it, 5th overall. David Freese fouls it out of play. So the other players who led the Pirates in doubles, triples, homers, and stolen bases.
Well, I got one. You got to get the other 2. You work full time.
All right. How about Giles?
Stolen bases.
Yeah. Leading the Pirates in a season.
I was thinking Giles. I was.
Sure you were. Well, you have to figure Hannes Wagner did it.
Yeah, with about 12 steals or something.
Maybe.
All right, we'll go with. I'll go with you. I was thinking about Wagner.
Foul ball, check swing, so it's 0-2 on David Freese.
See if you can make him chase here, James.
To the breaking ball, 1-2.
That's usually not by design. A breaking ball inside to a right-hand batter. That breaking ball there to a left-hander, sometimes they'll give up on it and he'll pick up that outside corner. The breaking balls usually want him away.
Bounce to second, should
Easy.
be 2. Big time double play ball. He was in some serious trouble, still is, but now with 2 outs, they'll go after Yadier Molina.
Downstairs, a little bit outside. Positioned perfectly. Nice big hop for Neal. That Taylor made.
Easy does it. Now Holiday at third with 2 down.
And the ever dangerous Yadier Molina.
Ball hit well to center. Back McCutchen. There. A double, a hit by pitch, then a double play, and the fly ball to deep center field, tracked down by Andrew McCutchen. It remains a 1-1 game in Pittsburgh. Donald to get out of that. Now Neil Walker steps in here in the 4th. Walker trying to snap an 0 for 22 hitless string. Garrett Jones to follow. Walker rolled one to Albert Pujols his first time up. And goes the other way and drops that hit in the left. That has to feel real good. A long hitless string for Neil Walker, who in his short time in the big leagues has shown he doesn't go through very long stretches.
See that sinker going down and away, just kind of slices it off the bat, gets himself a knock. It's the Pirates in business here in the bottom of the 4th.
Walker hasn't gone through many long cold spells. One of his roughest, and it's not over yet, but again the opposite field single will help. Pretty innovative. Right field loves Jones. Tweet us. Sign for Root Sports. There is Garrett Jones. Hitting .333 in the month of August. Jones was 1 out of 2 with a couple of walks in yesterday's game. And a ball and a strike. There's a theme tonight, a Twitter night here at the ballpark.
Twitter night?
Yeah, the Pirates official Twitter account @BucksInsider hosted some folks before the game, had a chance to meet up with some other Twitters.
Does that make them tweeters?
Mm-hmm. Joel Hanrahan and Jason Grilly came up before the game and met with those folks, talking about tweeting.
How did they talk to each other? Or did they just stand there and tweet?
They talked about how they tweet. And this ball drops into right field. Walker, a stumble around second, and he is there. And he's going to say he was interfered with anyway. As he was rounding second, he was pointing to the umpire as if waiting for the umpire to say, okay, he's going to be called for interference, the infielder.
Did Garrett get under this ball? Made a ride to right field. He's going to run on Berkman a lot. And Freese trying to decoy him.
I was going to say, if
decoyed
Freese,
himself.
Almost looks as though Freese had a chance to make the play.
Well, he tried to decoy him into standing up and trick him.
A great look there at Neil Walker, immediately asking for interference. Second and third, nobody out. The double for Jones.
They give him a
I guess
double on
single, that? Single with going to second on the throw. But had Freese taken that throw, he might have had a shot, a quick tag on Walker. And again, the ball backed up there as it got past the third baseman. The Pirates need to take advantage of this opportunity. And they will. Ryan Doman. Oh, man. Liftoff. Bombs away. Ryan Doman. A 3-run shot. Pirates lead it 4-1.
Is that a gorgeous thing to see on a late summer night? 3-run bomb. Instant offense. How the Pirates have been looking for this. Lance Berkman knew it the time it left the bat.
Everybody knew it. Number 6 for Ryan Doman. Bounce to short for call. Retires Cedeno. We'll take another look at the Doman dinger.
Gets under it, just elevates it enough where Ryan can get underneath it and give it the lift. Flight 41, now leaving Pittsburgh.
We're all tweeting what just happened.
Incredible.
With the home run or the
tweeting?
Oh. Strike 3. 2 outs following the single double home run, a ground out and a strikeout. Ryan Doman. Frustrating year again for Doman. injury bug bit him once again, but happy to be back. Doman, who was hurt back on May the 29th when Carlos Pena slid into him at the plate. Xavier Paul is retired with the Pirates. Walker, Jones, and then Doman with the 3-run homer now lead it 4-1.
Pirates baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
Dewey Dinger gives the Pirates a 4-1 lead as we move to the 5th. First pitch swinging by Ryan Theriot, and he pops it up. And Cedeno. One pitch, one out. So we'll go back to the focus of our trivia question from AT&T. Since 1900, 3 players have led the Pirates in doubles, triples, homers, stolen bases in a season. Can you name them, Steve? You went along with Honus Wagner, Brian Giles. What about Nate McLouth? Would he have been one of those?
Bonds.
Okay. Wagner, Giles,
See,
and
you
McLeod.
knew the answer.
Well, you always know.
Nice you set me up for failure again.
McCutcheon
Bonds
now
not
leads
on
in
that
all
lead,
4.
huh?
Bonds, no.
How about Honus? 3 years.
Yeah.
Wonder what the totals were.
We got to kind of look that up. You're right. It was probably, as you said,
7,
maybe a dozen.
steals, yeah.
Two and one on the pitcher, Westbrook. Two and two the count. Well, Steve, we sold the Flying Dutchman short. 49 steals, 42.
Oh my goodness.
That is a fair ball. And a stretch. Not too long ago, Neil Walker talking with C.B. Bucknor, the second base umpire, about that non-call. Didn't affect the play as it turned out. Walker made it to third. But you can bet that Clint Hurdle would have been out of the dugout had
indeed
Walker been called out at third. Still talking. They're getting clarification on what is allowed, what isn't. Hit the other way. This could be a very quick inning.
Here go James.
Yes, it is. 7 pitches. Back to the bat rack. J-Mac. 4-1 Bucks.
On Root Sports is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks.
Pirates lead 4-1. Josh Harrison at the plate. Ball one.
Well, James McDonald had the perfect fifth inning. The perfect fifth inning. 7 pitches right in the middle of the ball game. Jumpstart you into the long stretch of the 6th and 7th before you see the finish line. Tidy.
He is a different character, isn't he, when he's pitching? It is true. He is all business.
What was it, last homestand when he came off the mound? He looked like a gazelle going into the dugout.
1 up, 1 down. The batter now, Andrew McCutchen. Westbrook looking for his 10th win. The Cardinals trying to keep the Brewers within range. St. Louis 5 back. And also 5 back of Atlanta in the wild card.
Boy,
that's soft liner to second.
Westbrook trying for a tidy 5th inning.
Well, coming up on Friday, the Pirates and Cincinnati Reds meet, and Andrew McCutchen showing off the free shirt, the free t-shirt you'll receive. It's a free shirt Friday. All fans get one, courtesy of Augustine's Pizza. Go to pirates.com/free shirt Friday. This Friday night, Pirates Red Leg, 7:05 here at PNC Park. Cool Kutch t-shirts. All fans get one Friday night. And thanks to Frank Augustine.
Yeah.
Augustine's Pizza dropping down a couple of pies for us, for Steve and me, here in the TV booth. And Frank, a great Pirate supporter. His son Frank as well. And we'll be sponsoring that free shirt Friday. Ludwig bounces it to for call. Wow, 7 pitches for him. 1, 2, 3 for Westbrook. On to the 6th, 4-1 Bucks.
Pirates baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Levin Furniture, home of the Tempur-Pedic, the most recommended mattress in America. Let's go Bucks!
We move on to the 6th inning here at PNC Park. Started on time. Weren't sure. The rains were all around us, but so far so good. A little bit up and in on for call. Doubled in a run in the 3rd. Lined out his first time up. Pujols to follow, then Holiday. good start.
You know, Greg, back in the day, if you came up and in on somebody, it was a regular occurrence. That's how you got your pitching room, a little intimidation. Now you come up and in, and people look, oh, is it intentional? Da-da, da-da. There's this great hue and cry. But that used to be a regular part of pitching. Come up and in, get them off the plate. Get in their head a little bit. It's changed. You don't see, you see it on occasion, but you don't see it nearly as much.
Steve, did you catch any of what happened involving the Cardinals and Brewers last week? All that hullabaloo?
I didn't. I heard about it.
Just what you're talking about. Of course, now players end up getting hit too, and then, all that discussion.
And that's the thing. The minute a guy is hit, it happens. Now it's a war.
One ball and one strike.
There's a lot of overreacting to inside pitches and people getting hit by pitches.
Shot to
Albert,
left.
look at the flip of the bat.
He
Well, come on, Albert.
Didn't
like being 0 for 2?
Maybe that was it. I didn't notice any pitches inside to him at all.
So you're apparently not supposed to go 0 for 2. Not allowed in this ballpark. It is unusual for him.
Yeah. I kind of understand his reaction. Ball one on Holiday. Oh, man. Check swing.
That stop swing, boy, it just sends rockets around. There used to be a bunch of pitchers that would have taken exception to the way that ball was, or that bat was flung back with the pinwheel effect.
Ball, 2 strikes on Matt Holliday. With 1 away. The Pirates leading at 4-1. Pujols the base hit. Left wrist that was broken, and he was only out a little over 2 weeks.
This is a big test for James. This is a over the hump kind of an inning, and looking right down the barrel at the big three: Pujols, Holliday, and Berkman.
Yes, appeal. Indeed. Jerry Meals brings him up.
Appeal down to first base. Sales made. Strikeout number 4 for James. Comes at a very good time. Still work to be done against Mr. Berkman. This used to be the kind of situation, Greg, if you're out there as a starter, okay, if I get beyond Berkman, put a 0 up in the 6th, I might not have to face these guys again for a couple more innings. And if I do, it's going to be at least the 8th inning. And that's a mindset of a pitcher sometimes.
Domit tried to sell that, couldn't. 2-0.
Yeah, and not that you are taking anything away from the ability of the other guys, but this is the big three. Still going to be work to be done, but the other guys, as good as they are, don't represent the power that these three do.
3-0 count. Berkman, a National League leading 21 road home runs.
You guessing Mr. Berkman might have the green light here?
Yep.
Yep, one swing of the bat can get you right back in the ball game. turned him loose. And as a pitcher, you got to know, you got to read situations. Okay, you got a 3-run lead. You got a power guy up there, 3-0. I can assume nothing. In fact, I've got to assume he has the green light.
Popped it up.
Stay in here.
Harrison yells, he's got it, and he almost did. Could be wrong. It looked as though Domet was having trouble finding it.
You can see, read the lips. He's hollering, looks down one more time, gets there, and misses it.
Domet has trouble finding it initially.
Might have been that impact, but he had the glove ready. It might have been just when he was hitting the protective fence there. Pick him up, James. Pick him up.
Ball 4, 2 aboard.
Just the second walk given up. There would have been 3, but he hit Berkman with a pitch. 3-2 count.
Take advantage of a special opportunity to buy a replica on-field number 7 jersey patch the Pirates players are wearing this season, honoring the late Pirates manager Chuck Tanner. Take home your patch for only $19.79. $19.79. Proceeds benefit the Chuck Tanner We Are Family Fund. To get your Chuck Tanner patch, go to pirates.com/Tanner patch. Ray Searage out. Joined by Walker, Harrison, Domet. You see Domet and Searage doing most of the talking. The batter, David Freese. McDonald has gotten him twice, struck him out in the second, and was able to get him to bounce into a 4-6-3 double play in the 4th inning. McDonald at 86 pitches. 2 starts back against the Chicago Cubs. He literally celebrated the fact that he went 7 innings for the first time all year. Bullpen blew the save opportunity. Breaking ball and a strike on David Freese.
Well, James, so far in this game, has gotten outs when he's needed them. Here he is again, needing one.
Down in front, 0-2. Freese, who missed 51 games after breaking his left hand when he was hit by a pitch on May the 1st, as Jason Grilli loosens in the Pirates bullpen. Runners go on the 0-2. It's fouled back.
That could be a situation where you assume the pitcher is going to try to get him to chase a bad ball, which might create difficulty for the catcher in his throwing mechanics. There's something down in the dirt trying to get the batter to chase, which makes it tough for a catcher to throw, especially over a right-hand batter to third base.
Still 0-2.
Late swing at that pitch, trying to stay alive.
Last time out through 92 pitches, 6 innings against the Giants. That 7-inning performance against the Cubs 2 starts ago. He threw 99 pitches. 6 times this year he's thrown over 100.
Showing Freese a lot of 2-strike soft stuff. You wonder at some point, will he try to come up and in with a fastball? Get him to just be startled and swing and miss, chase perhaps upstairs.
drive, base hit. This will bring home a run. 0-2. David Freese singles home Pujols.
Looked like it was right in that go zone for a hitter. Solid line drive to left center field. Give you a better look right there. The other looks give you different angles. Good to see it from different angles. You can get a perspective on what the hitter is trying to see.
Is that too good a pitch on 0-2?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
You don't want anything in the zone, right?
No. You want him to try to chase.
Yep. That's going to be it for J Mac. He is not going to get out of the 6th. He won't be happy about that, as he is lifted with a 4-2 lead. It'll be up to the bullpen. Try and hold it. Here in the 6th. Chris Snyder, who's on the disabled list. Nissan, the road ahead. Game 2 of the series tomorrow night. On the air here on Root Sports at 6:30. Same with Wednesday night's start time. And after the Thursday off day, the Pirates host the Reds. Middle game of that series, a 4:10 start on Fox. And then that series will conclude on Sunday. Here's a look at the homestand schedule. The Milwaukee Brewers in a week from today for a doubleheader. And then 2 more with the Brew Crew. The start of the 10-game homestand tonight. Chris Carpenter pitches tomorrow against Jeff Karstens, by the way. Paul Mahalam will start for the Bucks on Wednesday against Kyle Loesch. Jason Grilli facing Yadier Molina.
James got a lot of big outs when he needed them early in the ball game. Couldn't. You never can get them all. And eventually caught up with him with that base hit, the 0-2 count. Hurt him on that pitch in that good hitting zone.
Really 2 scoreless innings of work on Friday in Milwaukee. 6 up, 6 down. And a pop up. Harrison. The final out. Closed on James McDonald. Pirates up 4-2.
As we are in the 6th inning, and I've stumbled onto a few friends. Actually, they are members of the State College Spikes, and the man sitting to my right, your left, is Stetson Alley. You never know who you're going to run to at the ballpark. So a little time off and a chance for you and some of your teammates to take in the game?
Yeah, you know, enjoy our time off. Come about 3 hours all the way up here and watch a good baseball game.
Now, I know you've been here before when you were drafted, but this is the first time you've seen this ballpark in action, if you will, for a real game.
Definitely more packed than it was, you know, having a good year. I'm definitely excited to be here and see how, you know, the Pirates are turning it around.
Handful of games this year for the Spikes, I think 7 or 8 starts for you. Your thoughts about how you've been able to do so far?
You know, did all right. Struggled the past couple. Still learning a lot of new things. Staying healthy, feel good, and just excited about the upcoming starts.
About a year ago at this time, it was also a deadline for signing draft picks. Can you understand what some of the guys may be going through tonight as midnight approaches?
Yeah, no doubt. You know, it was definitely nerve-wracking, but, you know, right when you say, you know, you're ready to sign and they get you here, it's pretty exciting for you and your family.
I know. You're here to enjoy the ballpark, so I'll let you roam around a little bit more, but thanks for the time, buddy.
Hey.
All right. Adam Elmore, one of our gypsies, actually following one of these guys on Twitter, found out that they were at the game. So kudos to Adam. Guys, back up to you.
Oh, very appropriate, Dan, on tonight. The fact that it is a Twitter night here at PNC Park, and Neil Walker draws the leadoff free pass from Jake Westbrook. Check out our PNC achievement. The achiever in you, first round picks on the roster for the Pirates currently. Paul Mahalam, Neil Walker, Andrew McCutcheon, Brad Lincoln, Daniel Moscas, not currently with the club, but on the 40-man. He's back at AAA and doing well at Indianapolis. Pedro Alvarez, deadline to sign draft picks midnight tonight. Bucks would love to sign their top 2. We'll see. Garrett Cole, Josh Bell, college pitcher, the high school outfielder. Stetson Alley knows all about what it's like approaching deadline time.
Cole, the #1 pick.
Popped up. And out number 1. We talked to Neil Huntington, of course, yesterday on his radio show and asked him. And said, we'd love to sign them both. We hope to sign them both. If we don't, in as many words, we'll move on and we'll use those resources in other ways. But probably going to come down to the deadline. And that's just the way it is. And the one thing you can certainly tell, Neil Huntington is more and more frustrated. You understand it. He can't understand why the representatives of these players don't get them into the system, getting pitching, get them playing like right now. The loss of time, Steve, from a development standpoint,
yes, indeed,
really cost them dollars down the road.
Maybe they're not, you know, they're not thinking that way.
No, they're not. Obviously,
they're thinking dollars up front.
The representatives, the agents certainly aren't.
Because down the road is uncertain.
Right. Yep.
Money right now is certain. So I don't know if I'd think any differently if I was an agent.
I guess it's a matter of whether you believe in your man enough, your player.
Well.
Because you are. I mean, if you're a first round pick,
you believe in. If you're an agent, come on, you believe in money before you believe in anything. Let's get down to it.
Well, we won't get in the talk about we won't name names, but you're going to tell me the agent cares as much now about those guys as they did? No, they're moving on to the bigger things. They don't care about those guys in the dugout right now. The young players. Not in my opinion. Isn't Trevor Bauer, if I'm not mistaken, Trevor Bauer is not only in the system, I think he's pitching at AA now for the Arizona Diamondbacks and pitching well. And they're saying he could be a September call-up. Trevor Bauer, who was picked 3 picks after Garrett Cole, same team, UCLA. Imagine that. 3-1 count on Doman. And there goes the runner from first. And Doman, who homered his last time up, is 3 for 3 tonight.
Give yourself a night, Ryan.
A 1-out single moves Walker to third. He was on the move on this pitch.
Turns that sinker right back around, finds the hole in between first and second. Who says you can't pull that ball?
Yeah. Yeah, all 3 times he has.
Dave Duncan's going to come out and talk with his pitcher. Well, we have a moment, Greg, the mailbag where you guys are away. I'll tell you this is a kind of a neat story. A man by the name of Angel Heredia from Missouri, Roberto Clemente fan as much as anybody, drove over with his wife just to see the statue. I met him down in the lobby there. We had a nice visit. Sent me a wonderful letter about how he cares about the Pirates, tries desperately to keep contact every night. Just got a real nice note. Doc Ralston from Clearfield came to our 71 reunion, took a lot of great pictures, sent me some copies. Thank you so much. And Esther Davis from Washington. Thank you for those kind notes.
Good stuff. First and third, Ronnie Cedeno.
Let's answer that one spot they put up in the top of the 6th. That would be large. A little breathing room. Find a way, get it out of the infield.
Well, bounce to short and a throw to the plate in the dirt and gets off the glove of Molina. The Pirates score a run.
That was meant to be. They had him dead to rights. He was standing there. The ball bounces off Molina past the runner, and Walker walks home.
Wow.
That's your Tennessee walking horse. They've got to come to home plate. They do on the high chop. Hit by Cedeno. Now look at Neal. He stops. He's dead. Until the ball bounces away past him. You couldn't ask for a better bounce. Perfect.
How about this?
That's the way you draw it up. Something goes the Pirates' way.
Fielder's choice E6. Give the air on for call. Molina not able to handle the hop.
And he almost winds up with an interference issue with Walker trying to get by.
Now Matt Diaz bats for Grilly. Walker scores his 2nd run of the game. Lead off free pass. The Pirates now lead at 5-2. Diaz batting .278 as a pinch hitter this season.
He gets ready. There's action in the Cardinal bullpen. Left-hand action.
Here we are, August 15th. I mean, no one expected Diaz to hit 20 home runs this season, but certainly no one, including himself, thought by this late date he would not have one home run. Over 200 at bats. Dribbled toward McCall. Retires Diaz. Runners move up. There are only 4 other players, 200 more at bats this season in the National League without a home run. Dexter Fowler, Tony Gwynn, Paul Janich, and Wilson Valdez. Diaz will have to wait another day to try and get that first Bucko dinger. But the runners move up and in scoring position for Paul, and Tony La Russa will come out of the dugout. Be making a pitching change as Daniel McCutchen loosens in the Pirates bullpen. Pirates up 5-2. Jake Westbrook will exit here in the 6th. Newly picked up Arthur Rhodes, the veteran lefty, will come on.
brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, zoom, zoom. Let's go, Bucks.
The Bucks lead 5-2. They've got a couple of men in scoring position. It all started with a free pass to Neil Walker. He scored. 2 men in scoring position. And 41-year-old lefty Arthur Rhodes takes over.
He has been around a while. This is career appearance 883rd among active pitchers, second only to Mariano Rivera. 883 career appearances. Arthur Rhodes coming over from Texas, made his Cardinal debut last night.
Released by the Rangers, and he turned down offers from 3 other contenders. The Phillies, Red Sox, and Yankees all made a pitch to him, but he wanted to come to St. Louis, baseball city. He said Tony La Russa wanted him over there for a long time. So Arthur Rhodes joins Mark Shipsinski as 2 available lefties in the bullpen for La Russa.
And as a good veteran would, signaling over to Albert Pujols, I'll be over there to cover.
Rhodes was 3-3, a 4.81 ERA for Texas this year. Lefties hitting .216 against Rhodes while he was with the Rangers. 0-2 now on Xavier Paul. Paul homered in the first. Infield single in the third. Grounded out his last time up. He has just 2 hits and 24 at-bats against lefties this season. Here is the home run that led off the bottom of the first inning for Pittsburgh. Against Jake Westbrook. Gives the Pirates a 1-0 lead right off the top of the fence into the bullpen. His second as a Pirate. Ryan Doman added a 3-run dinger in the 4th. One ball, 2 strikes. Walker and James McDonald, Pirate starter, went 5 2/3, gave up a couple of runs, 6 hits.
You think Arthur might have a breaking ball down in the dirt for us?
That's very possible.
Just
ball missed.
That is so tough to take.
This is absolutely a matchup that really heavily favors this veteran lefty, Arthur Rhodes.
Staying alive.
Bee Gees action. Xavier Paul against the veteran Arthur Rhodes. He was even better against left-handers away from hitter-friendly Arlington. They were just 3 for 17 against him on the road. Arthur Rhodes now pitching for St. Louis. And another foul ball. Stays 2-2. Xavier Paul has hit safely now in his last 10 straight starts. 2 hits tonight.
And he's up there in a defensive position right now. 2 strikes against a tough lefty. Just a little flair, some kind of little fly ball that drops in somewhere, perhaps.
Lost to second, and that does it. The Pirates get 1. Move on to the 7th at PNC Park. 5-2 Pittsburgh. 4-6-3-2. First such triple play since 1972 by the Expos. Dan Uggla hit streak ended yesterday, 4 shy of the Braves franchise record at 33. Texas going to build a statue to honor the late Shannon Stone, the fireman who fell to his death. As that occurred a few weeks ago, the ball was tossed by Josh Hamilton in Arlington. Jim Thome, the career home run number 599, a 2-run homer in the 6th inning against the Tigers. And the Tigers have acquired Delman Young from the Twins.
Not Delwin. Yeah.
Delman. Delwin, I believe, is still playing AAA ball in the Phillies organization. Former Pirate Delwin, but Delman is a big pickup for the Tigers.
And picking up the rosin bag, getting ready to deliver a pitcher in the top of the 7th. Daniel McCutcheon coming on to try to protect this 3-run lead.
Faces Ryan Terrio.
Really did his job, getting the 3rd out and top of the 6th. He leaves. McCutcheon arrives.
Falls behind 2-0. McCutcheon pitched a 1-2-3 8th inning on Saturday against the Brewers. Former Cub Ryan Terrio. Steve, how about that Carlos Zambrano fiasco?
Incredible. Incredible.
This ball's trouble. On a leadoff blue pit.
I understand, speaking of agents, that Zambrano's agent was spotted bungee jumping off a bridge in West Virginia without the bungee cord. And there's $18 million involved in this fiasco, this travesty.
Suspended 30 days by the Cubs. Just for the heck of it, if you were in charge of a baseball team and he were like offered to you by the Cubs, they were going to pay most of his salary for an A-ball prospect, barely a prospect, would you take a flyer on Carlos Zambrano? Would it be worth it? This ball's going to roll foul. Corey Patterson pinch hitting. Or would you want nothing to do with his problems right now?
If I was in a position to win, I'd take him.
Yeah, I think somebody probably will.
If I'm not going anywhere, I wouldn't take on that baggage.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be really surprised if he's still a Cub by the end of the year. They've got to part ways.
I mean, you can't let one person run the program.
And he has. I mean, really, he's been involved in so much controversy over the past several years, it seems. No one won the count on Corey Patterson batting for Rhodes. One of the players picked up before the deadline. They made a bunch of changes, additions. These Cardinals trying to make a run.
Is this the Corey Patterson, his former Cub?
Yeah.
A phenom when he first came up?
Yeah. Mitchell Boggs loosens in the bullpen for St. Louis.
I traced him around. He's moved around a lot and followed him for a while. I just thought he was going to be real good. He got him.
And he got 2. Well played, Walker.
Yep. Was able to make the commitment with the runner coming by. And a huge double play after the leadoff base hit. The ball, the runner gets him just on the buttocks and then gets over to first base. Boy, that is almost a phantom tag. But they get the call.
Double play. Excellent work by Walker. And now Schumacher.
Well, he didn't get him by much, did he? That's a play that can go either way. You might wind up with nothing on that kind of play when you spend too much time on the runner and don't get him.
Well, I think C.B. Buckner just took a glance over at Jerry Meals, and Meals nodded. Yeah, he got him.
Of course he's going to nod.
Just kidding, Jerry.
And I'm saying that because umpires will their partners up.
I don't know.
Get him on the heel. They had a better chance to get him on the heel than
maybe he did
backside.
knock him on the heel.
It'd be fun. Yeah, we'll look at that again. That's worth another look from that angle.
Now the count 2-2.
Watch the foot come up. He might have clipped him on the heel.
Yep. I think so. I mean, that's what Las Diaz saw. Yep. Oh, the HEH cam tells all. Yep.
See,
Nick
the heel move. See, we needed to see that one more time. Thanks, Pete. Mitch, whoever's responsible for that. Yep.
All the gypsies.
Doing a great job here.
Yep.
First game back at home. Right in front of the home
Welcome back,
folks.
Steve.
Yep. Well,
Good to,
you
good to have you back.
got to do the right thing here. It's simple as that.
3-2 single to right.
Don't mean to be demanding, but you know when you need to get the thing right.
Now for call. For call, doubled in the third, bringing home the first run that tied it. Ryan Domit's 3-run homer gave the Bucks a 4-1 lead. The Cardinals got one back in the sixth. In the bottom half, the Pirates added their 5th run.
How would you like to see Albert lead off the 8th?
I would much prefer that. Ball 1 on for call. Two and 0. Now, Ray Sears is going to go out.
He's going to mention to Daniel. Hey, Daniel, you know who's in the on-deck circle?
Take a glance over there. Just take a look.
Just look out to left center field, but just take a guess what's in back here.
Jose Veras is probably getting ready for Pujols. There's much history there with Pujols 2 for 6 with a home run against McCutchen. And Pujols faced Veras once. I believe it was just that last time they were in, and Veras walked him. Let's hope it doesn't get to that. 7th inning. Runner at first. 2 outs. And it is ball 3. Uh-oh. Not close. So McCutchen walks for call on 4 pitches. And now, do we see Clint Hurdle? Or does McCutchen face Pujols? No, it is going to be Veras. Daniel McCutchen gave up the leadoff bloop hit to Terrio, got Patterson to bounce into the double play, then a hit by Schumacher, a walk to for call. Tomey joins that exclusive group. And the active players now behind Tomey: Chipper Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, and Albert Pujols.
Couldn't happen to a better man. Jim Tomey is a great representative of our game. Simple as that. And a producer for a long time.
Absolutely a class act.
Well, we need yet another big out.
First pitch, ball one.
Well, I'll adjust my request now. How would you like to see Matt Holliday lead off the eighth?
Much rather see that.
Yes. There's the hook in there.
And tonight, Pujols, for the most part, has been kept in check. He struck out with nobody on and 2 outs in the first. He came to the plate in the third inning with a runner at second and 2 outs and a run in, and James McDonald got him to bounce to short. With nobody on, 1 out in the sixth, he singled to left. Nobody does better in this ballpark than Albert Pujols, career batting leader at PNC Park. 386, 27 homers, 80 runs batted in this yard. Monster numbers in just his 11th season in the big leagues. Popped up and out of play. And we have a text the booth question for Steve. What would be your plan of attack pitching to Pujols from Jim?
First of all, I threw a 4-seam and a 2-seam fastball. I'd turn it over, keep the ball down. If he hits it hard, hopefully it's on the ground, and try to get him in a situation where I'm ahead in the count and get him to chase a slider. I just want to stay away from anything hard inside. Basically, stay away from a home run type of scenario. Sinking fastballs, sliders away.
Whoa.
Both parties want that one back.
Yeah. Not a good pitch, but looked like a strike. No, and it was.
So dangerous. So dangerous. Albert hits that ball a mile. And Jose doesn't want to throw that breaking ball up there. I think he's got to throw him a breaking ball here. I shouldn't say that. I'm guessing. That was not a breaking ball.
With a fastball, 95 miles per hour.
Let me put it this: if I had a 95 mile an hour fastball, I might have tried that. That is some serious gas.
All right, so the ball that he doesn't get the call on, the curveball, is upstairs. Should have been strike three. Comes back with a fastball. Now, if you have Veras' stuff, what do you throw? Pujols.
Albert is a great fastball hitter. I think I would, for me, I'd try a breaking ball.
And it's pulled foul to the left. It was a breaking ball.
Yeah. See, there's a scenario. Another scenario, part of the scenario. Albert's on the fastball so hard, so locked in. You throw him something off speed, even if he hits, there's a chance he's going to rip it foul. Now, with a 95 mile an hour fastball that Jose has, he can come back now after showing him that soft stuff and maybe get him to be a little bit late on the fastball, but it's high risk. Tough spot.
And the fastball's fouled away, so that's been the scenario now. The 3-2 curveball, the fastball, the curveball that was called a ball, the fastball that was fouled off, the curveball fouled off, another fastball fouled off.
And just holler into Dale Scott. We just soon pass here.
And those really have not been Veras' best pitches. He has a good one, but we haven't seen the real good one yet.
whatever you throw, it's got to be in a great spot.
Oh, great spot.
The backdoor breaking ball inside that you never, ever think about. All right, take a look at the at-bat. Here we go. Breaking ball downstairs missing. Breaking ball, okay. Fastball away. Fouls it off. There's the one he gets away with. It's fun to watch. Breaking ball out in front. Fastball now. Look at he's not looking there at all. He knows it. He's protecting every other scenario. Every other scenario.
Take me out to the ball game here at PNC Park. Pujols representing the tying run, all that power, 2 aboard, and strikes out looking against Jose Veras.
First of all, when you get the breaking ball from a right-hand pitcher, you're thinking it's going to be away. That's how you're taught to throw the breaking ball. So he's surprised by the location and then just kind of flinches, and that ball comes in off the inside corner and comes in and ducks in. That's why they call it backdoor breaking ball. Usually that breaking ball is effective to a left-hand batter because he'll think it's going to stay outside and then it just ducks in and picks up the corner. Very seldom do you see it by design thrown to a right-hand power, especially a right-hand power guy. But and because of that surprise, it locked Albert up. He's not looking for a breaking ball in that area. Possibly not looking for a breaking ball in that on that delivery.
Mitchell Boggs facing Josh Harrison, flamethrower himself. Harrison 1 for 3. The numbers on Boggs.
The Pirates escape. That's a big 0 in the top of the 7th. Big 0 for this ball club is trying to get back up on its feet.
Still 0-2.
And now you're in a great situation right now because, Greg, you got a 3-run lead late in the ballgame looking for 6 outs. You get somebody out now, you can fool around, try to maybe pick up a cheap run with a stolen base.
Stays 0-2. Harrison's 3rd stint with the Pirates. Recalled Saturday when Derek Lee was placed on the disabled list. He has made 22 starts at third base, 3 at second in the big leagues. And the Pirates, with Josh Harrison starting either of those positions, are 15-10 when he starts. And he starts this inning off by striking out against Boggs. Jake Westbrook went 5 2/3, gave up 5 runs for the Mern. And Andrew McCutchen, who is 0 for 3 and 2 for his last 16 at bats. Daniel McCutcheon seated next to James McDonald. Ryan Doumit on the other side.
All three of those involved tonight. Great night for Ryan Doumit. 3 for 3. The big 3-run home run. The big hit in the ball game.
Two and one. It's one thing about Doumit in the lineup. He do, by all accounts, sacrifice a little bit of defense, but that bat is always a threat. McCutcheon tied up.
Tied up with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. Had a look at the fading full moon. I think it was full moon Friday night. Getting up over the PNC Park scoreboard. There it is. 1 or 2 more nights of good looks at that full moon. I can see my house from there. Right up in that area there.
Strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Boggs.
High heat. Sometimes we forget how hard it is to catch up with a ball going 90+ miles an hour.
And Ludwig takes a strike. He's grounded out twice and struck out against his former mates.
Mitchell Boggs, he has the 96, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but it's a quick release. It's almost like a slingshot type of a release. It almost gives it the feel of being even faster, because it's not only fast but quick.
One ball, 2 strikes. And now 2-2. Walker on deck. On Ludwig. 19,766 on hand tonight. Game 1 of the 3-game series against the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be a foul ball. Come out and see the amazing Jeff Karstens tomorrow night. Steve, he's not a marquee name, a flamethrower, somebody that, of course, Chris Carpenter goes, the former Cy Young Award winner, against him, but he's as fun to watch as fun to watch as any pitcher in baseball. That guy right there.
Remember, there used to be the amazing Kreskin?
Yep. The amazing Karstens.
Yep.
The amazing Karstens.
You got to get Ray Sears to put on one of those Johnny Carsons, that big hat.
Yep. Carpenter goes up against him tomorrow.
Well, they say sometimes you don't hold the baseball holds you.
Carpenter had a slow start to the season, but he's been strong. Certainly the second half. Karsten still 10th in the league in ERA.
Looked like Chris might have been heading toward that Mohegan look, but then changed his mind when he was in the chair.
Karsten's 4 games against the Cardinals, an ERA of 1.50, and a nice job there by Ludwig to draw the 2-out walk. And Neil Walker, who drew the leadoff free pass in the 6th, then scored an unearned run and singled to start the 4th, and was aboard when Doman homered. That base hit snapped an 0 for 23 hitless streak for Walker. Tony La Russa in his 16th season as skipper of these Redbirds. One ball, one strike. Once again, Tony La Russa rubbed some people the wrong way again with some of his comments this week in Milwaukee. He talked about the side ribbon boards being brighter when the Cardinals were at the plate.
I didn't read that one.
Yeah, but
you mean these side rolling advertisement things?
The ribbons across the, even here at PNC Park, you see there those.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But those might have been brighter when the Cardinals were at the plate. But he's always looking for an edge. He's always looking for something. And I know, again, he rubs people the wrong way, but I really, and you and I think know him well enough. Yeah. He really does respect this game. He doesn't want to make a mockery of it.
Maybe I should tell him that those ribbons will be brighter, will give more lighting to the whole thing and help the hitters. More light, helps you see the ball. Probably wouldn't want to hear that.
No.
I don't think Tony would want to hear that.
No.
But usually when he says something, he's got some material to, some evidence,
right.
Something to back up. I mean, he doesn't throw stuff out there that's going to make him vulnerable.
Exactly.
He backs his stuff up.
Two count on Walker. And you cannot argue with that man's success. That's the bottom line in all of it. Oh, Walker drills this toward right center field. And it will bounce up against the wall, stay in play. So Ludwig will be waved home. It's an RBI double for Walker. And the Bucks in front now, 6-2.
And that ball was tattooed. His first hit tonight, kind of a slicing single to left. That's fine. But that ball was hit right on the button. And the Pirates get the wonderful bounce that hits short, bounces up high, and settles on the track, allowing Ryan to get all the way around. They say these days they use the ball. That ball is centered.
That gives him 68 RBIs on the year. Bucks leading by 4 now. After the walk to Ludwig. Neil Walker on base for the 3rd straight time. 21 doubles for number 18. Garrett Jones really trying to put this game away with that big swing. Another extra base hit this month of August for Garrett Jones, the double in the 4th. Checked his swing at a pitch in the dirt. Jones now with 7 doubles, 3 homers, the first 14 games played this month. Came in with a share of the National League lead with 9 extra base hits for the month of August. Now he has 10. Ten of his last 15 hits have been of the extra base variety. Count of 1-2. After 2 strikeouts, a walk and a double. Nice play there by Pujols, and leads Boggs perfectly to the bag. That saves a run. Robs Jones of a ribby and a hit. 6-2 Pirates. Scoreboard look, the Brewers get a Ryan Braun homer, his 23rd. Top of the 7th, they lead at home over the Dodgers. Cubs lead the Astros in Houston in the 6th by 1. The Giants have a 4-2 lead in Atlanta in the 9th inning. Bottom of the 3rd, Rockies in front, or trailing the Marlins 2-1 at Coors Field. Tonight the Padres host the Mets. To look at our National League scoreboard and schedules, Brandon Wood takes over defensively at third base for the Pirates.
I think that was a Ryan Braun first inning home run.
Now leading off the 8th inning, it's Matt Holliday against Jose Veras. Strike on Matt Holliday. Bruce Bochy said, by the way, tonight that he does not expect Carlos Beltran to play at all in that Braves series. Beltran's still out. Pablo Sandoval fouled a ball off his foot, left in the first inning. And this should be easy for Ludwig. And one away.
What's wrong with Beltran?
He got hurt over a week ago. I think he's only played, if I'm not mistaken, just a couple of games since he was acquired in the Mets deal.
One of those obliques?
No, he had strained right hand. We're talking like he might go on the disabled list. So the Giants trying to hang in there against Arizona. Look at the West standings. Berkman takes a strike.
Big item here. You got Matt Holliday. You get on the other side of Berkman. It's not easy, but it's easier.
Yeah. Harris in a bit of a groove now. Well, that was a lot of work to get Pujols. Ending that 7th inning threat. One and two. .28 home runs for Berkman, 76 RBIs, tonight on base twice. Hit by a pitch and a walk. Struck out looking in the 2nd. This is James McDonald's game to win. Bullpen needs to get 5 outs.
You think Clint Hurdle will hold anything back in this game?
Don't think so.
Nothing.
Workman able to stay alive.
Continuing parade of soft stuff. He got him with a slow curve first time up. As a hitter, you know he's got that 93, 94 mile an hour heat in his back pocket. Will he use it? And if so, when will he use it? Now.
Popped them up. Left field. Brandon Wood, Cedeno, and Cedeno makes the catch.
2 big outs. I don't care what the score is. 2 big outs. Monty comes back with a fastball and gets him to pop up.
Now it's David Freese. Freese was the last batter McDonald faced in the 6th. After giving up the RBI single on an 0-2 pitch.
You say over 19,000 here tonight on a Monday night after kind of a dreary day.
Dreary day, dreary road trip. That's a really good crowd, actually.
Pirates fans, yep. Don't think it's not appreciated.
19-7-6-6 for game 1 of the series. Veras now ahead 0-2. Brad Lincoln has started to loosen in the Pirates bullpen. And he stays alive.
David doing everything he can to stay alive, as you've seen a lot of different stuff from Jose Veras, who's pretty much throwing the ball where he wants to right now. Trying to hang in there. It's an overthrown breaking ball. Once in a while, 0-2, you just try to throw the ultimate curveball. Throw it hard, breaks hard, down, perfect location. And you have that luxury 0-2. Doesn't work a lot of the times, but it's always fun to try it.
62nd appearance for Veras, leading the team.
Yeah, good one. Power curve.
Standing outing there for Jose Veras. 4 up, 4 down. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 6-2 Pirates. for 3 tonight, 2 singles and a home run. In the second inning with 2 outs, nobody on. Base hit to right off Jake Westbrook. In the 4th inning, 2 on, nobody out. Home run number 6. That was the big hit of the ball game. Pirates led 4-1 at that point. And then Domet, another hit in the 6th inning. Moving Neil Walker to third base. Walker would later score.
Got the High Plains lifter.
I think Domet probably likes this matchup. The flame-throwing right-hander. 2-0. Leading by 4. He can
rock and roll, turn
it.
it loose.
Oh, now 3-0. Three and 1 on Domet.
Looks like Tony La Russa would like to pretty much save some arms in the bullpen. Boggs out for a second inning.
And he has a perfect night. Ryan Domet is 4 for 4. 6th career 4-hit game for Ryan Domet.
That'll put a little juice into that 277 batting average he came into the game with.
It's his first 4-hit game since September 30th, 2009 against the Cubs at Wrigley. A lot of players are like this, but when Domet is one of them, when he gets on a roll, I mean, he can go on a tear. On a tear.
They talk about streaky hitters, and I don't know how you explain it, but you get locked in, they see the ball better, the ball slows down, the whole game slows down, and they're going up there expecting to hit, not hoping to hit.
Cedeno showed bunt, 2-0. Chance for 2. Domet goes in hard, and that pays dividends as he levels Ryan Theriot.
And the ball was not blistered to the shortstop, so Ryan had a chance to kind of take a run at him. Everything legal, I'm assuming. Yep, that's a lot of body coming into you when you're vulnerable throwing that ball. But, as far as I'm concerned, that's kind of the way you're taught to do it. No spikes involved, just give him a heavy check.
Alvarez now bats for Veras. By the way, Sunday, Pirates and Reds, 135 Kids Day. All youngsters 14 and under get Alvarez and Tabata book covers, courtesy of Viva and Giant Eagle. Come out early for the #1 Cochran Kids Fun Zone on Federal Street. Stay after the game. All youngsters invited to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. Again, the Alvarez Tabata book covers, courtesy of Viva and Giant Eagle this Sunday. And we have to figure that Tabata will be on the active roster by then, so it'll be good timing. And there he is. Jose Tabata feeling much better.
Dig your heels in here.
Yeah, you want to take,
yeah,
that's the new look.
Incredible.
Well, he likes it.
Hope so.
Two and two the count on Alvarez. Batting for Veras. Perfect outing for Jose Veras. This stretch for Alvarez has been anything but perfect. It's been nothing but a struggle. Tries to find that swing and still not there. And as Neil Huntington pointed out yesterday, Steve, that the unfortunate thing for Alvarez, he's taken his plate woes to the field. He's struggling defensively as well. As he said, this is a guy that wants to do well. He wants to help his club. He knows the team was performing well without him. Well, that pressure builds. Xavier Paul 2 for 4. Joel Hanrahan has not seen a lot of work. Going to get some tonight. Two-0 count. Paul's home run leading off the bottom of the first inning. The second of the season. Made it 1-0. The Cardinals tied it in the third. And then the Domet home run came in the fourth, and the Bucks haven't looked back. That made it 4-1. And even though the Cardinals got a run in the top of the sixth, the Pirates matched it in the home half of the sixth inning. Leo Walker's RBI double off Boggs last inning, giving the Pirates this 6-2 lead. So it's been good stuff from Walker. Been on base 3 times, scored a couple. Domet leading the way. Paul with a couple of hits. Pops this ball up. Schumacher for the final out. 3 more outs to get a W here to start the homestand. Tonight's game summary is the Pirates lead 6-2 through 8. Ryan Domet, 6th career 4-hit game. Xavier Paul contributing with a couple of base hits, including a solo homer in the first inning. For the Cardinals, Matt Holliday has a couple of hits. On the mound, it's been McDonald, Grilly, McCutchen, Veras, and now Hanrahan.
Non-save situation. Joel gets some work here. Got a 4-run cushion.
Daniel Descalso will pinch hit for Molina. Strike one. One ball, one strike to count on Descalzo. And 1-2. James McDonald would go to 8-6. He went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs, 6 hits, a walk. He struck out 4. Would make him 4-1 and 11 starts at PNC Park this season, as the first batter is down on strikes.
1 out in the 9th. There you look at a pitch similar to what we saw yesterday.
Yeah. The one that got away. Hanrahan, Steve, talked tonight before the game to that select group, lucky winners of that at Bucks Insider contest, talking about being one of the top tweeters on the team. And he said one of the great things has been that he's received all these tweets from all these fans who've said, keep it up, we're not giving up on you, keep the faith. So that goes a long way. 1-2 the count now on Ryan Theriot.
Not a bad thing to hear about that and receive that kind of support.
Paul Mahallam. So that's a nice one. They were kidding. Hanrahan and Grilly were kidding about the number of followers they have. It's almost like a contest. Who will get the most followers?
Well, is a tweet like a text message?
Essentially, yes. Yeah.
That's what it is?
In so many words, yes.
Why do they call it a tweet?
Let's not get into it.
Come on.
We got 1 out in the 9th.
Then does that make a blog a long-winded tweet?
Yes. Now you've got it.
Don't want it.
By Jove,
don't want it.
You've got it. Headed up the middle. Diving stop. Nicely done by Cedeno. Oh, his throw sails over Jones's head into the dugout.
He had a chance to get him, too.
It's a hit and an error.
Great first part of that play by Ronnie Cedeno on his belly up the middle. There's the great catch, and then catches the flyer. Base hit and an error.
At second base, that's the 10th error charge to Cedeno. John Jay will bat. Parrott's got the hammer out for Hanrahan. As Jay bats for Boggs. Jay has done most of the starting in center field after the trade of Colby Rasmus to the Toronto Blue Jays. And a ball and a strike. Oh, stabbed by Brandon Wood. Oh, Schumacher. Pirates will end a 7-game home losing streak. Again, a non-save situation, but Hanrahan getting some work in and trying to make it a scoreless inning. 0-1.
Pirates putting on a good show for the faithful tonight.
Ball, 1 strike on Schumacher. To left. Raise the Jolly Roger. Pittsburgh. That sounds so good.
It does indeed. Spit that bad taste out. Get yourself a W. And get off to a good start in a homestand that is really going to be a challenge. Good first win for the Bucks.
McDonald. 5 2/3, 2 runs, 6 hits, gets the win. And of course the offense led by Ryan Domit's 4-hit performance and a 3-run homer. The Buccos beat the St. Louis Cardinals 6-2, the first game of this 10-game homestand. Stay tuned, lots more coming your way from PNC Park. Pirates postgame is next.